Our today's topic is nationalism in India. First of all, I would like to introduce in the contents introduction of the chapter First World War, Khilafat and non-cooperation movement, differencing standards within the movement, civil disobedience movement, the sense of collective belongingness. Now, nationalism, what is nationalism? Nationalism is the spirit of oneness. Nationalism is loyalty and devotion to a nation. In this chapter, we will pick up the story from the 1920s and the study the non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movements. We will learn that how different social groups participated in movement. Between the two, the nationalist and the imperialist, there is no meeting ground. The First World War, Khilafat and non-cooperation movement. First World War, as you all know, broke out in 19. Income taxes was introduced, custom duties were increased, crops failed in many parts of India. This led to shortage of food. The First World War. Through the war, years increased, doubling between 1913 up to 1918. That was the era of First World War. People hoped that hardship would end after the war was over, but that didn't happen. Now you can see during the First World War, condition was grim, crop failure of farmers, and the idea of Satyagraha. Satyagraha, which was started by Bapu Gandhi. Satyagraha is an idea by which a fight for true cause of against injustice is fought without any violence. Mahatma Gandhi in South Africa, he organized several satyagrahas in India, as Champaran Satyagraha in 18. Gandhiji was known as the father of nation. So, Rawle Act. In Indian history, Rawle Act, you can call it black law. Quotation was given to it: no vakil, no dalil, and no appeal. The act authorized the British officers to imprison any Indian political leader for 2 years without any trial. Mahatma Gandhi came out with Rawle Satyagraha in 1919. Shops were closed down, rallies were organized. General Dyer, he, as you know, in Amritsar at that time, martial law was imposed. General Dyer took command on the day of 13th April 1919. Vaishakhi Fair was organized in Jallianwala Bagh, that is in Amritsar. General Dyer ordered to close all exit gates. He opened fire on the crowd. Hundreds of Indians died. Indians started to attack the government building. This violence forced to stop the movement. But if you got chance to visit Amritsar Jallianwala Bagh, you can still find over there bullet marks, that is still there. Non-cooperation movement. Gandhiji wrote a book. The name of that book was Hind Swaraj, in which he wrote that if Indians started to non-cooperate with Britishers, then India. Gandhiji met Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. Further, the movement was renamed as Non-Cooperation Khilafat Movement. Now, different strands within the movement. Non-cooperation Khilafat movement, launched by Mahatma Gandhi, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. They are known as Ali brothers in Indian history. That was launched in January 1921. Many social groups participated. All interpreted the meaning of Swaraj in their own way. The movement, thousands of students left government schools, headmasters and teachers resigned, Lawyers gave up their legal practices. Foreign goods were boycotted. Foreign clothes were burnt in huge bonfire. Slowdown of the movement in town. Khadi was expensive. All cannot get that. Lack of Indian institutions. Rebellion in countryside. Peasants had to do begar and work at landlord's farm without any payment. Baba Ramchandra and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru set up Ud Kisan Sabha. They demanded in plantation. They were migrated from that place to their home. Workers interpreted that Gandhi Raj will surely come. They violate the act, hence they were beaten by the police and finally they were put behind the bars. February 1922. In February 1922, Gandhiji withdrew this movement. He decided to train Indians before any other mass struggle. Civil disobedience movement. The Swaraj Party, many political leaders suggested the idea of fighting the Britishers from within the Legislative Council. C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru both formed Swaraj Party in 1922. Leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose pressed for a more radical agitation. Reasons for civil disobedient movement. Simon Commission, arrival of Simon Commission 1927, Great Economic Depression 1929. Go back Simon. When Simon reached Lahore with the black steps, all were standing over there and they were asking Simon to go back. Indian boycotted as there were no Indian members in it. Simon Commission. Why its name is Simon? Because Sir John Simon was the leader of this commission. Great Depression. The depression had deep impact on the agricultural and industrial goods. Poverty increased by 1930 due to high taxes. Civil disobedience movement, that is, the professed they refused to obey certain laws, demand and commands of a government are often occupying international power. Civil disobedience is a symbolic or ritualistic violation of the law. You must be knowing about Gandhi Dandi March that was started by Gandhiji. Civil disobedience is the active professed refusal to pay certain laws, certain taxes. So Gandhiji, he was in favor of this breaking of salt march. Mahatma Gandhiji with his 78 volunteers, they walked for 24 days to cover a distance of 240 miles from Sabarmati to Dandi. Many more joined them in the way. On 6th April 1930, Gandhiji's ceremonial violated after breaking salt law. That was the first incident of civil disobedience movement. About a month later, people began to attack the symbols of British rule such as police posts, municipal buildings, law courts and railway stations. Even women and children were beaten up. About 1 lakh people were arrested. Round table conference. Mahatma Gandhiji was called by Lord Irwin. He went to London on 5th March 1931. This was called the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. As the pact, Gandhiji agreed to participate in the Round Table Conference in London. In lieu of that, the government agreed to release the political prisoners. Gandhiji went to London in December 1931. The negotiations broke down and Gandhiji had to return with disappointment. When Gandhiji came back to India, he found that most of the leaders were put in jails. Congress had been declared illegal. Many measures were taken to prevent meetings, demonstrations and boycotts. Mahatma Gandhi relaunched the civil disobedience movement. By 1934, the movement had lost its momentum. People's perception of the movement. First of all, farmers. For the farmers, the fight for Swaraj was a struggle against high revenues. When the movement was called off in 1931, without the revenue rates being revised, people's perception of the movement. Businessmen. The Indian Industrial and Commercial Congress was formed in 1920, and the Federation of the Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry FICCI was formed in 1927. These were the results of attempts to bring the common business interest on a common platform. For the businessmen, Swaraj meant an end to oppressive colonial policies. They wanted an environment which could allow the business to flourish. They were apprehensive of militant activities and of growing influence of socialism among the young members of the Congress. So, women's participation. Women also participated in the civil disobedience movement in large number. However, most of the women were from high caste families in the urban area and from rich peasant households in the rural area. But for a long time, the Congress was reluctant to give any position of authority to women without any reason. The Congress was just keen on the symbolic presence of women. The limit of civil disobedience movement. Many Dalit leaders wanted a different political solution to the problem of the Dalit community. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar organized the Dalits into the Depressed Class Association in 1930. He clashed with Mahatma Gandhi during the second round table conference on the issue of separate electorate for Dalits. The limit of civil disobedience movement. Participation of Muslims. After the decline of the non-cooperation Khilafat movement, a large section of Muslims became aligned from the Congress. From the mid-1920s, the Congress was elective belongingness. Nationalism spread when people began to believe that they are all part of the same nation. Nation depicted in images. The identity of the nation is most often symbolized in a figure or image with which people can identify the nation. The image of Bharat Mata was the pictorial representation of the motherland. Bande Mataram, the national song, was written by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay in 1870. This was sung during the Swadeshi movement in Bengal. Different artists projected their own version of Bharat Mata. Folklores. Many nationalist leaders took help of folk tales to spread the idea of nationalism. National flag. The national flag which we see today has evolved through various stages. A tricolor, red, green and yellow was used during the Swadeshi movement. There were 8 lotus on it which depict the 8 provinces of British India. There was a crescent moon on the flag which represented Hindus and Muslims. Gandhiji had designed the Swaraj flag in 1921. It was also a tricolor, red, green and white, and there was a spinning wheel in the center. So this was all about our topic. For listening me patiently. Thank you so much.